I would just like to point out you are not getting paid for actually casting this tonight. This is completely on your free time, right?
Oh yeah, no, I just got I've enjoyed watching the matches enough, and I heard you were lonely, so figured I'd stop by.
Very, very lonely. No, I'm very happy. Filipovic couldn't actually cast with us tonight, so it's actually working out quite nicely. As I'm saying that, you guys might hear me typing. I am just trying to join that server and see if everything is set up already. We are playing tonight. As you know, we're playing Siege tonight. What can you tell me about that map, Doc?
Well, Siege was really interesting. When we were looking at smaller maps and smaller team sizes, Siege was the first prototype map that we came up with. So it actually didn't end up needing a whole lot of tweaking. But this was our first 6v6 map that we came up with. Um, it was nice. I mean, I guess we got lucky with the initial design, but we at the time, I mean, we were trying a bunch of different things, and when Siege came along, we started seeing team play that we hadn't seen before. Now, I mean, the game has gone through a lot of iteration, and a lot of different people have influenced it in different ways.
Yeah.
But when Siege came along, this was really one of the turning points in development, one of many actually. But yeah, so it's it's a little bit played out around the developer around the office because we spent so much time playing it and trying to figure out why it was doing what it was doing for us. But it's very much it feels like your first time, I guess. So it's very special to us.
Why? What made you change the map so much since the closed beta? Well, not much, but there were, especially on the south side, the whole alleyway there has changed quite a lot, I think.
Um, the guy Grant, the guy that was the level designer that was developing this primarily, has gone on to another studio. But really, it was. I mean, it started out very straightforward. So most of the changes happened to be adding cover or changing routes. I think maybe early on we were going for a little bit too much forced conflict.
Uh huh.
That's one of the main differences I've seen between our maps and how we make them and say AA2 maps is AA1 and 2 didn't really, yeah, and 3 for that matter, didn't really force or funnel players into conflict the same way. So this was trying to marry, I think if I remember correctly when we were talking about developing this early on, we were trying to marry some of the Counter-Strike approach to making maps with some of the stuff we had been doing previously.
What do you define as a Counter-Strike approach?
Well, let's see. Call of Duty standards generally, there's a fixed distance in most cases for most engagements, and you've got the golden rule there is three or less lanes of approach. So you can be shot at from 3 places in general, anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
And when we looked at Counter-Strike, it was much more segmented off. There were you committed to a route much more so than having this sort of blender flow of you can enter a space, immediately see somewhere to get out of it, 1 or 2 options, and that's where the threat was going to come from. So for the 6-on-6, we were trying to marry some of those aesthetics, right? Like Dust 2, for instance, it's not as interconnected as say this map is, but
Yeah,
I would
definitely
say
not. It's much more defined
right.
in terms of directions and routes you can take.
And yeah, and moreover, I mean, there are a lot of different ways to get to any particular part of the map, but it is still you're still more committing to a lane, committing to an area than say most Call of Duty maps that I'm familiar with, at least.
Oh yeah.
So so yeah, it was a real turning point in our map making process, and hopefully we're still evolving that. I mean, personal opinion, and I think a lot of the community has voiced this. We need more variation in the types of play that are possible on our map. So so yeah, hopefully we can continue to evolve that.
Is there anything you can tell me what you guys maybe are currently working on, or is that all top secret and you would have to kill me if you tell me?
I don't have to kill anybody. I might get killed myself. Um,
Well,
no,
if you do fine tonight, you can always start a career in casting, I guess.
we'll see about that. I don't have a whole lot of faith. This is my first time doing anything like this.
Oh yeah.
But let's see. New stuff coming up. New stuff. What we don't really want to do a whole lot more of the same. Say night vision has been. It's an interesting novelty. I think there are a lot of people that enjoy that kind of exposure to army tech. I really wish. I mean, if we were going to do night, right, we probably.
Yeah.
I would like to. All of us would have liked to have a lot more there. But I don't know. I see us getting away from what we've done previously, what we have so far, and rather than more of the same, trying to expand what's possible. And then I don't know if you've seen, but on the forums, they just announced the map
Yeah, I
edit.
read it.
Yeah, so super excited about that. I've been wanting to talk about that for a long time. So anything that we add from here on out in our levels, a lot of the draw, adding something that we can.
Oh, I think you just cut out a little bit there in the end, adding something that.
Oh, I'm sorry. So a lot of what we're going to be developing for the game stuff and reads for the mission editor, expanding the palette, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Uh-oh, I hope those connection issues won't persist. I couldn't completely hear you there in the end.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. It's just internet, I guess, sometimes. While we're trying to fix that, I want to give one shout out. No, actually a few shout outs. We have EK here in the chat, Xynon. Also Tomei, who is a person I met on some of the public games. I think he's from Brazil, if I'm correct, at least from South America. Kill me if I'm wrong. And he's just a really, really friendly guy. And he just told me, "Hey, I'm seeing your stream. Say hi," and blah. And I figured he deserves it. He's very fun. Question for Doc from EK: Why did it get changed initially? Special North Alley. Oh, actually, that's a question I already asked before. The North Alley, for people who don't know, is all the way over here. And as I said, it was way more open before. Like all these I don't know, stone assemblements, whatever you want to call it here, were not there before. And you couldn't get up on this box to get right on the stairs. There was like a wall back here, so people would just sit here in supported position, look down there, which was fun to get easy kills, but not very exciting, I guess. And now it just opens up a little more possibilities for assault as well as for defense to play this side of the map. So I'm looking forward to see how it's gonna play out in the match today. Maybe we'll have someone camping back here and trying to get a quick peek on the side. We will see. Everything else, more or less, has pretty much stayed the same, if I remember this correctly. Maybe not everything, but most of it. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna quickly check who is in the server already. Are you already there, by the way?
Yeah, I mean.
Ah, perfect. Great. So we have 7 players in here. We're missing 3 more, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna be starting very soon. And
it looks like
it gives us a little bit more time to talk about this. Do you have a preferred map in this game?
Me? Oh man, I'm not good enough to really have a preference. No, there's. Oh, that's tough. It was Siege for a long time. It was this one, and like I said, it got a little bit played out because we spent so much time on it.
Yeah.
I tend to like stuff with more routes, less obvious conflict. I learned a lot about Watchdog and Three Kings and how to play it after watching these streams, but I really didn't like that one so much before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to say, I guess Downtown Hospital's been nice.
Hospital, the main map, or the inner map, or the outer map, or the dark map, or the Christmas map, or the... Which one of them?
the night map. No, the foggy version. The main one. I like the full hospital. I like more options. I'm a big fan of the big flank. I really like getting all the way around somebody. I'm not very good at it, but when I do get it, it's that's when the game is most rewarding. I don't know. The maps aren't even that big. Anything that facilitates the team play. I mean, I'm not a huge competitive, confrontational guy. Generally I like co-op, but what I like about this game in particular is when I'm on a good team and we're communicating and all of that. That whole, it feels good, man. It feels like my old job at its best.
Have you guys spent any time while we're looking at the ladder itself right now on the stream to see who's in the matches right now? While I'm saying that, quick off. This is actually not only the first cast for a TWL AAPG ladder match. In fact, it is the very first match in the North American ladder. There's only one other match tonight, which has not been reported yet, so they're probably playing around the same time. Which means that this is the first match in all accounts, really. We have had a few matches on the European side, which you guys can see now. What is that? Grown Up Gaming and God's Favorite both won their first matches, I believe, against the Soul Reaper clan and some clan called Hard Game Solution. I'm gonna learn all these names for sure.
Yeah.
Give me some time. It's all very new still. I've just been asked.
I'm not seeing
Just
the
been
chat.
asked what the delay is on the stream. It's currently set to 2 minutes. So I can also increase it if need be, but I think 2 minutes is more than enough on a tiny map like this. Okay, where are we now? Let's go back into the server to see your pretty face and my, well, Dallas Mavericks shirt.
Mavs.
I gotta support the Big D, of course. Being from Germany myself, obviously. Otherwise, I don't really have any connection to the team whatsoever. It's just Dirk Nowitzki, and I think he's pretty awesome.
I thought you were gonna say, being German, Cowboys and
Oh, no.
Longhorn Steer.
That is not German. I don't know what
No.
you heard about Germany in your life. That is not Germany whatsoever.
Should have paid attention in social studies.
If any one of you guys in the viewer list has a question for Doc and you're trying to figure out how to use the chat because it doesn't work, that's most likely because you're not signed into Twitch. You actually have to make an account there, which is free and very quick, so don't worry about that. And then you can use the chat right away and can send us any kind of questions you want. Or talk about whatever you want to talk about, really. I don't care too much, as long as it's of some value for us, or at least for America's Army. And if it's not, we'll figure out a way to talk about it. We have one more guy joining, which means we're just missing 2 guys right now. Anything else, now that you actually have the spotlight here, that you really want to talk about and let the community know, maybe about the new patch or about for example, the sound issues that have been come up numerous times by the competitive community lately?
Oh, yeah. So that was a big deal. Honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed that we didn't catch what a big deal that would be. I mean, there were several betas that did catch it, but they can talk and they can report, but it's still up to us to listen and actually make the fix. So
yeah.
There are definitely some changes in the next small patch that is going out, and then there's a much broader effort going on behind the scenes to do some much more substantial work on the sound.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Because I read in the new patch notes that I think the patch comes out on Monday, that there is at least already an increased distance for hearing footstep sound.
Oh yeah,
But I didn't read a lot else about sound, so I was a little worried that it might have been under how do you say?
Not given enough attention or something.
Something like that.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, we were trying to get it out quick, so there wasn't a whole lot that went into that. But this is one of those small patches. There's nothing to prevent us from releasing another one of these as we keep
Yeah.
going and find stuff that's worthwhile. So.
Is there anything you can tell me about server lag issues that we at least experience in public matches? I haven't seen it in private in competition yet, but where those pings jump to like 1,000 for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, the 988 ping.
Yeah.
I am not on the team or an engineer, like the group of guys that is tracking that down.
I would say the same thing right now.
Yeah. No, I am told that we've got a fix. I don't know. There's a lot of times with software development, you think you fixed something, you can't replicate it, you can't reproduce it, but
I
then
know what you're
it
talking
rears its
about.
ugly head. So I'm really hoping it's fixed. I know there's some stuff that addresses it in some way. I can't promise anything, but there is some attempt to address it in the patch coming out Monday.
Okay, I'm hoping that'll already fix the issue, and I'm sure if not, we'll see a hot fix soon. Random side question: as I'm just flying around the map, I found a signature of Dev Zuko near the flag area.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any signature of you on any of these maps?
I think I'm in all of them.
In
I
all of them.
well
Where
no
are you
okay.
on this one?
Here's how that happened. We didn't make